What's up, good people? I hope you're doing extremely well, and welcome to Wealth and Wellness, where we explore the connection between wellness and building wealth. Today, we're going to be talking about believing yourself. Believing yourself. Do you believe yourself? I know if we ask this question, people would immediately say, yes, I believe myself. I believe in myself, and I believe the things that are coming out of my mouth, out of my head, and the things that I want to do. But when you really start to think about if you are really believing yourself and thinking about if you are making progress at the things that you say you're going to do or sticking to the things that you say you're going to do, can you really say that you believe what you say? Can you really say you believe in what you set in motion, in what you think, in what you feel? Can you really say that? I can tell you that a lot of people will say no. Because think about it. We tell ourselves that we're going to do things all the time. For instance, every first of the year, we make New Year's resolutions and we tell ourselves, okay, this year I'm going to work out. This year I'm going to get my finances in check. This year I'm going to start treating people better. I'm going to start treating myself better. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to start doing all of these things. We tell ourselves these things. And I don't think that we believe ourselves when we're saying these things. Because if we believed ourselves, a lot more of these things would actually happen. There is such a strong power in belief. Think about the things you really believe. Think about the things you really believe in and how you're drawn to those things and how committed you are to those things and how you actually accomplish the things that you really believe in. When you believe in something, when you believe something, you put your all into it. You actually give time to it and you make it happen. When someone says something to you that you buy into, that you believe, there is a spark in you about that thing. You really give time to that. You really take time to consider all the angles of how you're going to make that thing happen. When we are saying things to ourselves that we know we're lying to ourselves about, we're damaging our relationship with ourselves. I know that seems strange, but it's true. You are damaging the relationship between yourself. See, relationships are built off trust. So if you are lying to yourself, straight face lying to yourself, knowing that you are not going to do what you're saying that you're going to do, then you're damaging your relationship with yourself. You are basically feeding yourself lies. You're telling yourself, oh yeah, I'm about to do this. I'm about to start working out. I'm about to start taking care of myself. I'm about to start, get my finances in order. And when you don't do those things, you're creating that disconnect between yourself and what you're saying. Because what your mind is thinking is, hey, all right, I'm with you. Let's do it. But if you're in your spirit and in your core, you are not going to do what you said you're going to do, then it's creating that disconnect in your mind. So that when you really start to try to do things, when you try to accomplish things, there's a disconnect there. Because your mind is saying, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. Each time you lie to yourself and don't put forth effort in what you're saying you're going to do, you're creating that disconnect and you're saying to yourself, okay, you're not going to do anything. That's just talk. Everything that's coming out of your mouth right now is not going to come to fruition because in the past, you've already shown me that you're not going to put forth effort. You're doing that to yourself. You have to get out of that state. We have to get out of that state. We have to commit to telling the truth to ourselves. It's as simple as that. You have to tell yourself the truth. If this is going to be hard, if you know you want to do something, if you know you want to get from one point to the next, you have to say to yourself, I'm going to try my best to do this. I know it's going to be hard. I need help with this, I want to commit to this. What can I do? I need to start small. Here is what I can do. Start small. Start with those steps. Start with those things that you know you can accomplish. See, this is what people don't realize. If you want to accomplish great things, you have to start accomplishing small things. Now, sometimes people can jump from point A to point Z, but it's rare. It's rare. Everybody's heard you got to crawl before you walk. That's something I'm sure most people have heard in their lifetime. If you have never heard that before, I'm telling it to you now. You have to crawl before you walk, before you run. Sometimes you have to take the steps and take small steps. Small wins add up to big victories. They do. You have to build upon the success, small successes. You have to build upon those things. You cannot all the time have these big grandiose dreams about what you're going to do and put yourself in a situation where you're just setting yourself up to fail. Because those failures, each time you conduct a failure in your life that way, if you're not learning from that, you're hurting yourself. See, losing is learning. Now, I strongly believe that. I strongly believe that losing is learning. You can, if you are learning, you're never failing because you're learning something. You're learning how to be better. You're learning how to start at one point and go to the next thing and win and build upon winning every time that you play the game. That's what it's all about. We all have to get to the point where we can believe ourselves. We can believe the things that we're going to do. You have to be able to believe in yourself. And the only way you get there to being able to believe in yourself is that you have to tell the truth. You have to tell yourself the truth and build upon that truth. Even if it's not the grandiose thing that you want to accomplish, even if it's not, the sexiness of where you feel you should be, even if it's not all of those things, you say the truth. Hey, I might not be at a place where I'm going to be, totally in shape this year. I might not be in a place where I'm going to be able to get my finances in complete order, but I can start with this. I can start eating a healthy breakfast. I can start doing 10 push-ups a day. I can start saving $5 a day, $10 a day. All those things you can tell yourself and they will be the truth. Tell yourself the truth. Speak the truth in your life. That's how you start believing yourself. And once you start believing yourself and believing in yourself, believing the things that come out of your mouth and the actions that you take, all else becomes possible. That's how you achieve things. That's how you achieve great things. You have to believe it. And you can't believe it through a lie. You can't believe it if you have a track record of lying to yourself. It's that simple. Don't lie to yourself. Don't say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then you don't do it. Because deep down, okay, I don't have the capacity to do that right now, but I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna do it. Now, there's nothing wrong with hyping yourself up. There's nothing wrong with motivating yourself. There's nothing wrong with being in a place of wanting to expand beyond where you are in a great way. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to be honest about what you can do and how you can do it. You got to be honest with yourself because you set yourself up for failure if you do anything but that. It's as simple as that. People are very in tune with, what they can do. They're very in tune with it. Now, you're capable of all things. People are capable of great things. And don't ever think that you're not capable to be at the great level that you want to be at. Don't ever think you're not capable of that. But sometimes you have to understand, you know what? I got to start here. I got to start at this step. If I know there are 10 steps to take in whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish, and I know each step builds upon each other. I take one step and then that builds upon that, and then I can take the next step until I get to 10. Why am I going to try to start at step 7? If I start at step 7, I'm not going to make it to 10 because I have not built upon the other knowledge that I need from step 1 to 2 to 3 and so on and so forth. That's what I'm saying. Build upon the steps, people. We have to build upon the steps. If it takes work, if it takes dedication, if it takes time, do what it takes. Do what it takes. And it's not about working hard all the time. If you're, we've talked about building wealth and all of that. You don't have to work hard all the time to accomplish things. It's not about that. But it is about taking the steps. The steps may be easy. There may be easy steps to take. But if you aren't taking the steps, you're not going to get there. I don't care how smart you think you are. I don't care, how much you think you've accomplished in whatever area. If the steps dictate a specific order of things, if you don't follow those specific order of things, you are not going to get to where you're trying to go. You may get close. You may go around. You may be at a different location, being able to look at what you're going to accomplish, but you're not going to get there if those specific steps are required and you don't take those specific steps. So let's do that. Let's take the steps necessary. You can do this. You can take the steps necessary to get where you want to go. There is nothing that is going to stop you from doing that. It actually makes it easier when you do take the steps. Fight the urge to skip the steps. That's what I want you to focus on doing. That's what I want us to focus on doing. We have to fight the urge to skip the steps. Take the steps involved so that you can get to a place where you're believing in yourself and believing in what you say and believing in what you do. I hope this has been extremely helpful for someone. And until we talk again, I wish you health, wealth, and freedom.